All right, good day everybody. Welcome to another video. Today's video we're actually going to start tearing down the differential. We need to get that seal out, replace it, see if there's any other damage. I think the air locker will be good. No sense doing all this work if we're not going to do that seal inside because of everything, of the catastrophic failure with the gear breaking off and the copper tube got chewed up and some other parts got chewed up and who knows where the heck they are, and got ground up in the powder and took everything out. Still waiting on 2 tapered roller bearings from Rock Auto. Should be delivered here in a few days. Those are going to be for the differential carrier because, as I said in the last video, those bearings are different from the D44 master kit. The ARB uses different ones, and I'm also waiting on the shim kit, which hopefully will be here by next weekend. Then I'll have all my parts, and it's a long weekend, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to get the differential rebuilt, set up, all back together, back driving this thing, and hopefully, fingers crossed, no more big projects for a while. I'd like to plug away at the gravy projects, the ones that everybody can do, and go from there. But that being said, yeah, let's get this video rolling. It's hard to say, but I think what I should do most or first before I pull the ring gear is pull the bearings. I don't think this other piece might not separate unless I pull the bearings, but either way, the bearings have to come out. So let's get those pulled. So this is going to be unorthodox at best, but you can see that notch there. Now typically how this is supposed to go is that those are supposed to fit underneath the bearing races, which most carriers are designed, but I can't. But I'm going to try to hook one leg of that puller underneath and then put the bearing driver up top, and hopefully I could lift it up, maybe get it off, or even lift it up enough that I get that tool on it. This could fail, but live and learn. This could very well end in disaster, or it could actually work. We are not too sure yet, but we're just gonna get it set up. So this is dicey at best, and I can only grab one little leg there, and I don't want to bust this tool, so if it's not going to pull, I'm going to stop. The sad part is I have to kind of hold the legs in place. Oh yeah, it's coming. Yeah, no issues. So what's really interesting to me is that this bearing race right there is actually extremely really loose. And I was able to slide it up on its own, but what I need to do is I need to get this set up. It just might come off on its own. I don't know yet. We're about to find out. We're about to find out. Except I forgot the most important tool, which is this one here, because it's not going to go down and oil these threads with some WD-40, put the impact on it. Yeah, I didn't need anything at all because this bottom one was no tension on it. Okay, let's pull all these bolts out. They're 3/4 socket. We're gonna pull this out, and it looks like the case is separated. How we exactly separated yet, I am not sure, but we're about to find out. So maybe I'll leave a couple in there loose, and then maybe pry up on there. That's coming. to heat these up to get them on. I think it's about 200 degrees. You want to file bolt holes around the ring gear. So those jacking bolts that I thought were jacking bolts are not actually jacking bolts. It's where two little bolts are, and it's a 3mm. And I believe once I pull these out, this bottom case, give it a couple taps, I believe it should probably just pop out. We're gonna find out. Don't want to be losing these screws at all, because you'd probably be hating life. Now, this ring should, it wants to come out. Oh, there's springs in there. You want to be careful with those springs. That needs to come out. This here should come out too somehow, I believe. So you kind of see how this clutch works. This would spin freely until it lines up with the slots. Then once you engage the air, this clutch would come up. And that's my guess how the air locker engages and disengages. Otherwise, when it's in its spring state, it sits down right in there.
No, I was shocked when Carrie said it had to be level 1.
Well, I had a good fire last night. Crushed a few beers. Well, I didn't drink all of these, but we had a good time. Felt good to kick back, have a fire, drink some beers, smoke a few cigars. Kind of feeling like ass today, but we got to continue on this differential so we can get this project finished and move on to the next one. So Amazon came today and they delivered my JKU D44 rear pinion preload salt spacer and shim kit, but I think there's a definite screw up with this order. Something tells me that only one of these were supposed to be in the package, but instead I got 4. So I got shim kits for days. Driveshaft's just about ready to come out. It's a little bit of a process for sure, but there. That side is out. Just Keep working it around. You see a couple pulls. There we go. We're out. Easy. Oh, that makes me sad, but kind of glad that the ARB differential cover has a very strong magnet, because if this pinion tooth came off, it would have been rattling around inside, would have did a lot more damage. But I guess I should consider myself lucky. There's already going to be a ton of content coming out of this. I don't know if you could hear, I got my door open, but I got the central air running. Put it on today, but next weekend it's gonna be snowing. Welcome to Alberta. Plus 27, plus 30 one day, a few days later, in the negatives, snowing. The weather here is definitely bipolar, but that being said, I think it's motherfucking beer time on this hot day. Let's grab in here. You know what? I haven't had a Red Racer IPA in a long time. 6.5%. Telling you, when it's warm out, cold beer sure goes down a lot smoother. Motherfucking beer time, everybody. Cheers. That's another video in the works. Differential's completely torn apart. Waiting on a few more parts. Then gonna start the reassembly. I don't think setting up the gears is gonna be too difficult, considering that the carrier's staying the same. So the shim count's gonna be really close. All I gotta do, there's a chart I found somewhere that tells you how to decipher the pinion number on the pinion that you're taking out and the pinion number that you're sticking in, and it tells you how many shims roughly. But I still got to make some setup bearings. I still have to get everything set up, ready to go. Definitely need to clean out the differential carrier, axle tubes, make a couple small extra drainage holes. I got the case spreader. It's still in the box, because once you get your shims in, that's not good enough, because you got to spread a little bit more and put these super thin shims in, get the preload set properly. Otherwise, as you guys saw in a few videos ago, where the shim came halfway out is because the preload is not, or was not set up properly. That little shim got shredded. Anyways, man, this beer's tasting good. I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to get this rear end wrapped up, taken care of, because there's so many other projects I need to get working on, especially the rear end of the TJ. Still got to do the injector on the Jetta, but that's not really a big project. But see you guys in the next video.